This is AI and the future of storytelling. And our keynote speaker is Mr. Yunus Bukhari, writer, actor, director, founder and CEO of Art.ery Animation and FX Unipix. May I request you, sir, to kindly come onto the stage, Mr. Yunus Bukhari, and a huge round of applause for him as I invite him onto the stage. Sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Post-lunch, it is always difficult. However, it's a good session of the entertainment industry. Okay, so we are not in a computing experts. We are into storytelling business, into the film industry. But how these emerging technologies are accentuating the thought process of storytelling is one of the vital concern. Okay, and that has become an integral part of the storytelling business all over the globe. Today, I just have half an hour. In this half an hour, so I would like to give you the idea of what is the role of the virtual productions, okay, into the films, okay, by taking an example of film called Maidan, which was shot extensively here in KOLKATA, okay. So we shot every nook and corner of this street, and it is based on the football. Okay, and then I will talk about the virtual production setup and studio, which we have first time in India in the Mira Road K Sera Sera virtual production studio. Then the third segment is the AI role in the cinema, in the storytelling. Okay, K Sera Sera is in a 360-degree company which is involved in producing films, distributing, exhibiting, and also, digital distributions into the country. Okay. So our chairman, Mr. Satish Pancharia, has thought, what is the role of technology into the field of storytelling business? Okay. So the virtual production. So hundreds of years before, so we used to go to the river to bring the water. Somebody thought, like you guys, who are engineers and experts into the technology, why should we go to the river? River should come to my home. Okay. So similar way, the mediums of the cinema was, the first medium was that we used to go to the location and shoot. Second medium was that we used to construct the sets and shoot. Third medium was that the evolving of the visual effects, animation, which has become an integral part of the storytelling. And the fourth medium is the virtual production. Fifth, maybe a completely AI, but AI is still baby into the cinema. In our software industry, so I could able to see it has taken a very leap jump. But in the cinema, so it is taking a baby steps till now. Okay. And before that, so I just wanted to show you our facility in Mumbai. Sound, please.
Join the future of content creation proudly upgrades India's largest virtual production floors. And the floor sizes are LED floor, 120 by 70 feet with 35 feet height and equipped with all facilities. Turntable, a 45 feet diameter which will fasten your shoot and reduces shoot time drastically, saving your cost. Our new LED volume 60 by 20 feet Epson NT 2.5 XR technology LED having 1200 nits, 16-bit grayscale and 7680 Hz refresh rate. Chroma floor 80 feet running by 18 feet high and flooring with a 40 feet depth. With our green screen floor, real-time compositing is the next big thing which is going to be part of every storyteller to eliminate the expensive and time-consuming post-process work. Empty floor. You can plan a set, another LED or even chroma set. The entire campus has 24 makeup rooms. New talented team of excellent professionals. We can now plan shoot the entire world under one roof and save 30 to 40% production budget. K Sera Sera Virtual Production Studio is located at Mira Road in Mumbai.
Okay, this is the facility. Okay, so I would like to start with the VFX role into the virtual production. Okay. Taking the example of the Maidan. Maidan is a very simple story, but to execute the football, because it's in a huge space required, plus the speed and the momentum is very important. So the geometry of the game, have to capture that game in the real time. Okay, that wasn't a challenge. Okay, if you compare the films, maybe Chak De or any other sports films, okay, so there were little inhibitions. Now with the development of the technology, so then it has become very easy, unless we master that medium, to navigate or to capture the principal photography the way we want it. Football implies the speed, velocity, and plus it is the strength, which requires. And we wanted to maintain that. So now, if we take the camera into the ground, so then it is difficult to capture the continuity of the shot. So then I decided that, no, we are not taking the cameras into the field of play, the FOP. Okay. So then how to capture that? So if you see, so this is the playground, okay, and we managed to build the towers, okay, right, different towers with different heights, and the green is in a cement road where we will capture the camera with the play with the motor vehicles. Okay, they're all technologically equipped grids will be there. Okay, to capture that. So the entire thought process is to how to integrate all these cameras and towers, okay, into one place. Because see, normally what happens is that we'll be shooting with 2 cameras or 3 cameras, and the entire cameras are very nearby, so the director and the DOP and the actors can see those takes, whether those takes are right or wrong. But here it was difficult, okay. So we planned in such a way that what is going to be captured in what lenses, okay. So that was the primary concern. After that, okay, so we understood what is the degree of the commentator. Okay, say there are audiences in different tiers. Okay, how they are watching, what is the scoreboard, which side players are going, what is the shadow, the sun which is coming, because we are shooting from morning to evening. So that is also one of the greatest concern. So all these technical issues, which are practically there, but how that is going to be minimized with the help of this technology. Okay, so that is what made us more interesting to shoot. So now, what we did was we shot, the story is about 1952 Helsinki Olympics, 1956 the Melbourne Olympics, 1960 Rome Olympics, and 1962 Jakarta. So all these 5 Olympic stadiums, so it is difficult because these architectures are not existing today, because they are, totally, made designs into today's requirements. So what we did is that, so we built only the entire field of play, okay, in Mumbai, in Mud Island, okay, and we shot completely into the green screen the entire sports, okay. What you see is that, so you will see only this portion as we constructed one small, around 25 feet of the tier from ground level to that level. Rest everything was into virtual, okay. So after that, so we did the, ball, which is very important, because what happens is that the requirement is that they should look like those 1962 where India brought the gold to India in football. So the actor should resemble those players. Second, they should know the game. Third, they should know the acting. Fourth, they should know the timing of the ball. So these were all challenges. So this is practically not possible. Okay. So we treated every element as every segment. So even the ball, so whenever whoever is to kick from A to B, so there will be a digital ball which is used to go. Okay. Then the entire lighting conditions, that is very important. Okay. So now what happens is that we know the geometry of the football ground, we know the ball, we know the players. So now to understand, okay, the entire stadium of those 5 Olympic stadiums, different countries with different weather conditions. Okay, Helsinki, it was in rainy season. Okay, I will show you the shots also. So we created the entire miniature. Okay, scaling. What is the scaling? So that even the steps, what you see. So the architecture of the stadium, so that has to be properly measured. Okay, and do that. Okay, so then studying the entire different stadiums of those era and recreating those architecture in almost all photorealism way. Okay, so that was the challenge. And second, the challenge was audience. Okay, because none of these Olympics were played in India, so we used to have all the foreigners. Okay, so there was a study that the stadium constitutes of how many, different nationality percentage in that stadium. Even that was also being studied. Okay, so this is all the stadiums, okay, which we recreated, including the scoreboards. This was 1962 Jakarta, where India won the gold in football. Okay. So this is the final Jakarta stadium, which was created in 3D. Okay. And later the lighting and the texturing, everything has to be done. And we capture the principal photography of the players playing the real game, okay? But the ball was CG again, okay? So if you see this, so the towers which I said in the beginning, that from that tower with different lenses, what is that action we are going to capture, okay? So this was showing the entire game, and this white stuff, this is the cement road where the vehicle, the camera grid vehicle used to travel and capture the movements of going with the speed with the player running, So I will show you those shots also. Okay. So then this is completely in 3D, the whole stuff. Okay. So then as we were shooting in the green screen, so the biggest problem is that every shot has to be a camera movement. So the tracking was very important element in the film. So we did the tracking marks onto those green screen. Then the tracking marks has to be also measured with the entire geometry of the field of play, okay, and with the height of the players, okay. And this was the complete towers, and this was biggest green screen shoot in the country, Maidan. Okay. So, and you can see that only this portion, so what we built was real. Rest everything was in virtual. Okay. So the track points, as I said, once we made that, so this is our real location, okay, where we curated the grass also, because that time, so the organic grass was happening. Okay, and even the track marks, the camera should capture the track marks, because then only we can able to track the shots. Okay, so this is all the track marks. Okay, then this is how the stadium finally, was done. Okay, with all the track marks and with the green screen, and you can see, the teams are playing. Okay, so this is the stuff. Okay, and this was the complete ground which we worked on. Okay, the entire architecture was considered based on virtual and the physical. Okay, the size has to exactly match. Okay, so even the in the virtual, what happens is that certain shots are also virtual. Okay, so we recreated most of the players. Okay, and if you see the measurements of everything has to be perfect, because the scaling when you capture from the camera, so it should not look like fake. It should look, if the physics and maths is correct, so then the chemistry of, you know, the green screen technology will be perfect. Okay. And this was the only design what we got from the Indonesia, Jakarta. Okay. So based on that, okay, we built the entire architecture, which was exactly the same it was in 1962. Okay. So then what happens is that once you construct everything, because the sun is traveling, you know, east to west, so we need to understand, so how much shadow is falling of the players and the ball and the way, you know, the ball, because sometimes what happens is that we take the shot in the morning, he's kicking from this side, then probably we might take in a shot in the evening, but then the entire color temperature and the entire, you know, rim of that light is totally different from the player and from the ball. Okay, so we need to study this so that when the director and the DOP are choreographing the shots, so we explain them about this very important portion. Okay, so once we did all these things, okay, sorry, yeah. So now this is completely ready, you know, to roll. So now the another challenge is that, you know, how to capture, okay, all this play which is happening, okay, with these track marks, okay, intact. So then first time we built in India a PCR, which I used to do normally for the reality shows and for the you know, award functions, including Filmfare and IFA, which I used to do before. So I built first time the entire PCR room so that the 11 cameras, the director can see that, okay. And this is the PCR room, okay. And so now we built another modem so that if the director says, no, I want to see only the camera 3 and camera 6, okay. Single it is possible, but we made it double also. He can see 2 cameras, 3 cameras, 4 cameras, okay, like that, so that the speed is, you know, covered. Because in case if we do 11 cameras and see, so it will just take, you know, half an hour to see that shot. So even the time constraint was also very important part of it. And this is, you can see a shot director is taking.
Number 7 should थोड़ा सा tilt down करिए हल्का सा net दिखाइए मुझे.
So entire audience is completely in virtual, okay. Of course, the chemistry of the audience and the coach and the players and the scoreboard and the commentators, so all this chemistry was definitely fixed with the storytelling of the physics and maths, whatever is required. Okay. So now, I mean, you will see a complete edited green screen. I will just go to so now this is completely, still the architecture is not built. Okay. So you can see that how much we built, how much audience, then how we have to fill with the entire stuff. This is in the WIP version, so that is why you will see that there is a halo onto the body. Still it is not cleaned properly, because this is just to get an idea for the director, okay, and to the Mr. Rahman to understand what is the music which he is going to build for this film, okay. So we made that the labels, okay, COM 10 label, 20 label, so like this, so the labels will carry on, okay, and the commentators separately shot, and if you see the entire stadium, you know, still definitely the film is there on Prime Video, so you can see that. So these are all WIP versions, okay. And so now the important thing which you saw is that scoreboard, okay. So wherever the scoreboard, where the coach is looking, the team is looking, see even the scoreboard, what time it is, okay. The play, 90 minutes, so what is the duration of that time, what is the duration of the actual location. Okay. So this was all made it possible with the help of this virtual technology. So I will skip this portion because I have to go to another segment which I told you, virtual production. So then we proceed to the entire finalizing of the entire, you know, shots, okay. Then we complete the stuff, then it will go into the DI stage. In the DI stage, the principal photography is this one. Then audience separately, then the lighting is separate, then the architecture is separate. So that will be all graded well, then it is a final product. Okay, so this is about virtual role into the filmmaking process, okay, right from the concept level till to the completion, okay. So now, after this, okay, I did Devdas in 2001, okay. If you see that diya, so that's in a CG diya. So, I mean, because practically it is not possible to shoot the diya with the oil and with the, you know, storm fans, okay, so we shot without that, okay, you know, just dancing, because once the fire and the oil is there, so that is not possible. So we did that into the post, okay. See, that time the technology was different. Then I did Koi Mil Gaya in 2002, okay. Then the problems what we faced that time and the problems what we are facing now, okay, is in a huge. That time there was a problem of technology, today the problem of thought process, okay. So because your technology is doing everything. So that is why, my dear friends, so today I would like to say that, you know, though I'm not an engineer, so we are just a storyteller, technology is taking a very, very important step, and the emerging technologies are becoming one of the finest bridges to fill those gaps, okay, which I'm going to talk now about a complete virtual production, okay. So the virtual production, this is our studio in Mumbai, and we have like this LED. So we have a virtual production LED, which is a very, very high resolution, technically so many things, and we have almost all around 60 feet bigger than this, and 18 to 20 feet, 22 feet height, okay. So what happens is that this is our computing, so the engines are going to play an important role, okay. So I used to do Max and Maya, whatever we did in Devdas, Koi Mil Gaya and so on till Maidan. So now we are developing that into Unreal Engine, okay. So whatever you see onto the LED, okay, so this is about mining. The first web series we did in India in the virtual production called Khadan, which is probably releasing in February first week, okay, hopefully. Then we completed one feature film called Oh My Lord, a normal film, okay, into virtual production. So the Khadan, I shot 22 days. Only 2 days I went out of my campus, which I showed you, okay, the beginning. So one LED floor, second one is the chroma floor, third one is the empty floor. So we designed that into 3 floors. That is why, you know, so now in the future is that you don't require huge film city. Okay? You just require very little space, and the technology is bridging that gap, to complete your entire process of filmmaking. Whatever is the thought process, there are no limitations. Formerly, there were limitations. Today, that is why I made in a simple film, like Objection, My Lord, a courtroom drama. Okay, so 33 days I shot, only 1 day I went out. Rest of the entire film was done in the virtual production itself. Okay, so it is the combination of what is your real world and the virtual world. So the blending has to be perfect. So again, the way I have explained Maidan, okay. So we need to understand the concept, the entire, challenges or the processes, okay. Then build those stuff or tailor those stuff to complete your shots, okay. So these are the examples, okay. So now while I was doing this, there was one challenging stuff is that, Yunus, what is that if I have a water sequence, okay. So can virtual production help me into the water sequence, okay. So see now, most of the, world is using the virtual technology now. So it is faster, it is better, everything is under control, okay. And if you plan very well, so definitely you are going to save 20 to 30% of your cost. So today if your film is 1 crore, so then you are directly saving that 20 to 30 lakhs on the table, and that means a lot, okay. And so if I want to show you the water sequence, okay, so first time I did one web series called Cadet, which is already there onto the Amazon Prime, okay. The soldiers are, crossing the river from one end to the another end. So we just took those shots, and in between the river, so everything we did it in our studio into the virtual production, okay. And this is so, easy and convenient to do. So whatever we shoot, the principal photography with the background, okay, and I can show you the so now whatever you see, okay, the completed project, still it is in the editing. Just so easily, executed, and the cost is also very, very minimal. Only the thought process and the experience, that is what is required. We did lots of sequences onto the beach, Goa beach. Okay, so there is no need to go to any location. Okay, you can do everything, whatever is your location in the films. This is the whole village we created, okay, and this is all Unreal Engine, okay, a 3D software which is fantastic, okay. So these are the examples, okay? And you need not to, see, you can finish lots of scenes in one day. Whereas in the real locations, what happens is that, so you have to have only that location, finish that, then shift the location, so then it is going to take lots of time, etc. So here you save lots of time and cost and the labor also, okay? So now if you see this, so what is the real is that, so only the floor and this table chair are rear, so whereas rest everything is being created, okay? What you see in the back house, that is the LED volume, what we have, okay? And you can finish your sequence much faster. So now we made a turntable, which you saw in the beginning, so that the camera is here only and the LED is there, so only your set rotates so that it will be much faster and better also, okay? So in every aspect, speed matters, so as in our film industry also. Okay. Even if you see the light, the way it comes out from the LED volume, okay? It's an interrogation room sequence, okay? So this is a little idea about the virtual production. So now the AI, okay? So in the AI, okay, first of all, I would like to show you this Excel sheet which we are working and we are going mad, okay. There are so many tools which are coming from concept to completion, okay. So today it is in a baby, but maybe this will become another medium, okay. I was just, attended since morning your sessions, so your AI is playing very important role in every segment, but that is also playing lots of, stuff here. From just a plot to a story, a AI tool is there. From that story to screenplay, there is a tools. From screenplay to entire, choreography of the shots, there are also, tools. From content to image, image to animation, animation to the way we want it, okay. However, the consistency is not there because still it is into a nascent stage, but I'm sure the way it is speeding up, so it will bring the entire thought process. Now we are using AI as a pre-visualization tool, okay. So see how many, it's difficult. So I'm taking every month 2-3 guys choosing from all over India, but still it is becoming very less for us, okay. There are so many tools, so many, stuff on that. I just want to show you one trailer. Of course, we are making completely on virtual, but this is done completely without anything, okay. So 3D modeling also, so from the image, so it will automatically makes in a 3D model. And in the Khadan, the web series, which is going to come, so we can scan the entire thing, whether it is organic or inorganic, okay. And the textures and every details are becoming so fast and better, so that whatever the stuff we get it, we scan it and we are ready to shoot for the next day. So that is the speed. So whereas I used to do in a film called Tunpur Ka Superhero in 2008, where Ajay Devgan and Kajol were real and rest of everything was animation. That took me 1.5 years, almost all 2 years to do that film, okay. Because everything has to be modeled, textured and light. But here, so with the help of these tools, so the photogrammetry of anything is just like this, 24 hours or maximum 48 hours, okay. So this is completely, I just want to show you faster because my time is, up now. Everything is with the AI. And Unreal Engine with the MetaHuman and different softwares with the iClone and so many hardware and software which are bringing, completely into storytelling business. So the question might be also that whether we require organic human or not, or will be just a digital, characters. Okay, so this is what it is, okay, and that is why my slide is that the most honest form of filmmaking is to make a film for yourself. Technology is available, you have the thought process, you just need few guys to make your story very beautifully. I have explained you all these things, okay, and the AI, okay, so, well, in case of any questions, I'm open. If 1 minute or 2 minutes.
So I think we have to take this offline.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mahapatraji. I have to remove this.
So if you can just step towards the middle of the stage, we'd like to felicitate you. And I'd like to request Mr. K.K. Mahapatra, Head INFOCOM, to kindly come forward and present a memento to Mr. Yunus Bukhari. Thank you so much for that very interesting session on AI and the future of storytelling. I'm sure everyone present here is waiting to ask him questions. You will definitely can ask him offline.